We're happy this is resolved. This is a horrible family tragedy. We never expected ever to find ourselves in such a situation. I fear for the day he is released. I do. A lot of our extended family does. There were victim impact statements from family on the West Coast, family in the southern US. They're all very scared for us because realistically, one day he will be released.
I think everyone wants to hear from Cameron the why. Ultimately, that is always the question from everyone. I think either from family, from the community at large, is they want to hear why. Why did you do this, Cameron? And maybe one day we will, but until then, I think that's always going to be in the back of people's minds. I think the fact that he lied and made these allegations against his father shows some of his character, shows some selflessness on his part, shows some willingness to try to get away with this. And that was shown at the onset. Living in the house for a week after the murders of his parents, trying to conceal their bodies in the backyard, trying to escape into the U.S. That was all part of his planning, and that shows some of his character, and that's what you can take away from those actions.
For example, in my victim impact statement, I explained that throughout the trial, the theme had been developing that Merrill was a bit too much of a disciplinarian. I am more of a disciplinarian than he is, because he takes advantage of things, and he takes them to an extreme. He ran that show.
And you said you wanted to warn me regrets.
Well, we tried to, but Merrill and Dade loved Cameron so much, and they did not want to hear, if we ever veered towards trying to say anything mildly negative about Cameron, they just shut us down. I spoke to Cameron when he was in the middle of killing my sister. My sister had asked me to call between 2 and 4. He started the attack at 11 a.m. And according to Cameron's own testimony to Detective Kelton, Merrill was still alive. She was moaning. She was moaning on the floor of the kitchen. He gouged out her right eye. She had multiple stab wounds. And she was in great pain, moaning on the ground. I was chatting with Cameron on that phone in the kitchen, I believe, is where he was. And he was very calmly telling me everything was fine.